Alrighty. Let me get this stuff together for the votes. What are you doing, honey? Okay. I have to make a new planner spread because it's going to be a new month. So I have to write it on a separate piece of paper. So we have knitting. I kept purlers because it was close. Okay, hang on. We have a couple of things. Okay, so we have several people who've said needle felting. Sounds good. And then pattern roulette. Okay. Okay, let's see. Raccoon said needle felting. James also said that. Smoothie, I believe, said needle felting too. Wow, that's a strong lead. AC said game, of course. Sean said pattern roulette. Right. Allison said purler. Saren, what would you like your point to go towards? Tigress also said purler. My package has been delivered. Ooh. And Silly wanted pattern roulette as well. Hey, James. Yeah. I have something at the P.O. box. So we have to get it. I know. I didn't get an email that it was there. So, well, I didn't check today, to be fair. When I looked last night, it was not. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, I completely forgot about this. I have big news. Hold on. By the way, chat, big news on Tigger. Come to stream now. I heard from the shelter about Tigger. So I have to tell you. We are also, the camera will get moved in a second, but we have our Pokemon cards to open and we have some sub stars to fold. So we'll do that and then we'll get started on our embroidery. But I'll give everyone a minute to get here so I can share Tigger's news. And then I also, Soot's mom and dad are coming over this weekend to meet Mittens. And I'm excited. Mittens actually got like an upgrade. We took a part of the cage in the breezeway, so he has a lot more room now, which is really nice. But he's kind of like, why? And I'm like, because you like to have zoomies and play with toys, and now the crates aren't in your way, and you can do that. But right now, he's like, this is change, and I don't like it. And I understand. I understand that. Also, we had some wheat thins that went stale, as you do sometimes. And so I have put them outside for, like, the squirrels. Y'all, they love it. They love it. I don't like change either. I also, like, shut down when there's change. So I don't blame him at all. Oops. But we discovered that he is fine with me picking him up and putting him in the carrier because he doesn't have any kind of association with the character. With the carrier. Am I good? Am I good? So we kind of changed the layout a little bit, so he's just hiding right now. Oh my gosh, hang on. See, the squirrels keep coming up. And getting wheat thins. Oh, I'm just showing Chad our squirrels. Our squirrels eating wheat thins. It's the best. Ooh, a Growlithe. I'm giving everyone an opportunity to get here before I share the big Tigger news. Because I posted in the Discord just now. These are for the lovely gift subs that were given yesterday. We already did one sticker giveaway for making our sub goal for the week. If we happen to make bit goal for the week, we'll do another sticker giveaway. I'm glad that we're doing some stickers again. Hang on, I think Mittens is hiding over. Or no, he would be... I don't know where he is, actually. What is 626 Day? You're right. Dang, I wore my Stitch shirt yesterday. Wow, Evolution Stone and a candy. Yeah, paper stars. We do paper stars for subs on the channel and gift subs. So, just folding up. Yeah, I only have the one Stitch shirt. Wait, I have another one. Oh, here's the squirrel. He says, I will be taking this, thank you. And then they go back over there, and then they eat it. Ooh, awesome. What are you embroidering? Hi. There's all of our stars from yesterday. A Pokeball in pixel work and other Pokemon related things. Oh, on your denim jacket? That's so cool. I love that. I have no idea where Mittens is. Oh, bud. It's okay. You don't have to be scared. But here you guys can see how we moved the room around. So he has like all this open space now because the crates were in there before. It's raining. Oh no. That's a bummer. All right. We're going to open up our pack of cards. So, are you kidding me? I just saw the name of the Pokemon and I'm like, I have so many of this guy. All right. Energy card. Woo! My favorite. Oh, wait! That's my first crochet card! Yes! Here I am, poo-pooing the fact that it's Dunsparce again. I've gotten Dunsparce in like every freaking card, every pack. But he's crocheted. He's my first crochet guy. Oh, big day. Big day. Oh. Oh. Shut up. This is so cute. Pokemon in front of building. Oh, I love him. Ooh. I like these ones that look like they're like hand-drawn. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously they're all drawn, but the ones that look almost like pencil and paper. I like those. He makes me think of the squirrel eating wheat thins. He's just so fat and happy. Ooh, legendary Pokemon. Not holographic, but that's a cool Regice. Oh, I have her again. I have her both in holographic now and not. Look at the cutie furret! Oh, that's a reverse holo. I don't know who N is, but evidently I have their Clink. Also a reverse holo. And last, ooh. That was a really good pack. See, that's how these packs should be. Okay, it should be one trainer card and the rest should be Pokemon. I'm fine with that. There was one trainer, one energy, the rest were Pokemon. Cool. By the way, she's having a day. She still has an upset stomach, but has been less upset today. like, this morning she actually ate. And this morning she had her wet food and her dry food. And hasn't had a sick tummy since. So I'm hoping that we're through the worst of it. You know what I learned from our vet today? Because I called them about this. Evidently, because I was like, all 3 of my cats had diarrhea. And that's weird because they're not normally like that. Let me move this, honey. Okay? Can I move it without upsetting you? I'm just gonna put it right here. Okay? Good girl. Yeah, so all 3 of them had diarrhea. And I'm like, that's not normal. Turns out, just like people, animals can get, like, stomach bugs, even if they're not going outside, even if they're not interacting with, like, strange animals, and they can share it with each other. So it's entirely possible that Maple just had, because he was the first one with an upset stomach, that he had some kind of stomach bug that he gave to the others. And I had no idea that that was a thing that happened. Because he and Artemis, their stomach is, like, doing better. She's the only one that was, like, still really bothered. So I'm like, well, I learned something new. I thought that was really interesting. Because, I mean, it makes sense, but I also have never had that happen before. So, the more you know, huh? Okay. Are you all ready for the exciting Tigger news? I'm going full cam. Okay. So, James and I went to Home Depot today. We were out running errands, right? And we get to the flea market because James wanted to look. We needed some tools around the house, and the flea market's normally a good place for that because you can get it for less. And we found what we needed. Fabulous. As we pull up, I got a text from one of the ladies at the shelter. She says, "Hey there, I forgot to tell you, but last weekend Tigger's foster parent adopted one of our kitties here. And she's going to be adopting Tigger as well. They're already becoming friends." And I cried in the parking lot. I cried in the parking lot. Because, like, they said that he was, like, interested in having, like, other cats around, which is amazing considering that all he went through out there, and the fact that he was, like, covered in bites and everything. Like, the fact that he's like, no, I want a friend. And the fact that his, like, foster mom adopted a kitty from the shelter and then was like, yeah, he's not leaving. He's staying. Ugh. I'm so happy. I just messaged her back. I was like, by the way, if you have any photos of the 2 that you're allowed to share, I'd love to see. I'm like, I'm still on cloud 9 about this. Like, just the best feeling. Oh, it's so good. And then Soot's parents are coming over this weekend, to meet Mr. Mittens, and there's a part of me that's like, I hope they fall in love with him as much as James and I have fallen in love with him. Wouldn't that be something? His foster parents adopted him and another cat from the shelter, and they're already becoming friends because evidently Tigger wanted to have, like, cat friends, and so they adopted. There's 2 now. He has a buddy. I know. Ugh. Listen, if it wasn't for the fact that we already have medically complex cats, I could totally see Mittens being a foster fail. He's so sweet. James loves him. I love him, but we could not. There's no way. That is just not a feasible thing. But he's so sweet. He's so good. Plus, the other thing, too, is if we foster fail him, then I wouldn't be able to foster in the future or do what we're doing now, which is, you know, trapping and finding homes for. So I have to remember that, too. That if we foster fail, then we're limiting who we can help in the future. So, but, you know, if, Soot's mom and dad want to, you know. Should I get a doormat that says there's, like, a lot of cats in here? I should. Okay. Let me scoot this just a touch. Alright. The plastic thing that you put out on... Wait, James.
Yep.
The plastic thing that you put out on the back step fell and is covering the water dish and everything out there now. So,
okay.
If you wouldn't mind standing it up. Thank you. Okay. So we are on to number 2, which is this. Let me grab a hoop. Thanks. So, in other things that make you scratch your head about animals, Artemis, we got the original feeder that we had ordered. Thank you. I love it too. The only thing it's missing are pockets. There are no pockets in this dress, and that's kind of a bummer because it's like the perfect dress for pockets. So we got her the other feeder that's basically the same thing as the one that she was using, but the bowl situation is better, which might sound weird, but the bowl ended up, like, it touches her head when she eats. And I was like, well, that's annoying, and I don't think that she likes it, and we should get her the other one that had, like, more space for her head. So we did. She ate a little bit from it yesterday, and I'm like, perfect. She's got this. So we went ahead and we put away the one that we were going to be returning, which has, like, the smaller bowl that she has to, like, smoosh her head against. Chat, we kept the girls separate last night. That way we could keep an eye on who was using the litter box, because it's kind of hard to tell if, like, who has the upset stomach when they both are using the same litter box. And Artie just kept getting into bed with us and climbing on us, and, like, she kept pawing me. She kept waking me up, and I'm like, girl, I just want to sleep. I was trying to find this picture. And around 5, I finally was like, wait, is something wrong with the feeder? So I get up and I come out, and there's nothing wrong with the feeder, and I'm like I'm showing it to her. She hasn't eaten anything. I checked like the app. I'm like, what the hell? So I went into the kitchen. I grabbed the one that I had washed and was getting ready to package and return. Put it back. Y'all, she horfed the food down out of that bowl. It's the same damn thing, just one of them has more room for her head. And she's like, ew, no. I want this other one. Because, like, look. Look at how she has to eat. See, like, I figured that she wouldn't like, that's very small, right? And then I think I have a photo of the other bowl. Maybe it's in my text to James. Because I was like, I think that this one's going to be better. And he agreed, so we ordered the other one. We started the return on Amazon, and then as soon as we got it, I was going to, like, do the exchange. No. So this is the other one. Look at how much more room there is for her head in it. Like, it's the same damn thing. It makes the same sound. It's the same collar, but look, she can eat with her ears forward instead of having to pin them to the back of her head. But she hates it. And she wouldn't eat from it last night. Even though there was food in it, she wanted the other bowl. Because, like, this is her eating in the other one. Like, look at how smooth she is. So now I have 3 auto feeders, 2 of which are getting returned, and I don't know which of these 2 are going to be returned. Hi, Allison. We're definitely returning the one feeder because Pippin hates it. Doesn't want to eat from it. And it works because Artie is wearing the collar. So it closes when she approaches, right? Because it's like, that's not the right collar. So it's good that it keeps the food away from her. But clearly this works, it will close if a pet with the wrong microchip comes up to eat from it. That's clearly not true.
This feeder doesn't work on microchips alone because this is not Pippin. That is Maple. And let's see if I can get this red.
That's the microchip reader. And of course, as soon as I go to, like, scan him, he's like, what are we doing? And he starts, like, and I'm like, no, come back. Come back. And I'm like,
yeah.
And it's right up at right where it's supposed to be. And I'm like, so luckily we bought that one from Chewy, and Chewy has such a good, like, return policy. So we are able to return it and get our money back, even though we don't have the original box. So I'm grateful for that, at least. It works really good for Artie and Pippin, but Pippin isn't eating from it. And that isn't good for anyone. So it's been a literal and figurative headache here. It just stinks because it obviously works, like, the technology is there and it works with the RFID chip, but it does not work with the microchip, and that is how it's advertised as working. And that's where my frustration is because, like, clearly that's not the case. So frustrating. I was honestly surprised that they wanted me to send it back without the box and, like, the fact that it's not working, but that's fine. I get it. They probably have to send it back to, like, the company or something. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess I can show you guys how I do French knots. Oh, this is interesting. They have, like... Oh, this is interesting. They have a different kind... They have instructions here that show a different kind of way to do a French knot. To make, like, a loop. That's cool. I'll try that. No, this is just the drawing. This is, like, the screen print. Just to be investigated, yeah. I don't know. I'm not upset about it because they're giving it... No, so I don't know what that is. Because that's not how I do... I do my French knots more the way that they do it on this other instruction, which is technically a colonial knot, but it works the same. Spoiler alert. Or I should say, it doesn't necessarily work the same, but it looks the same. And I like it a lot better than a traditional French knot. Yeah, I'll get the money back. Yep. I just hate it because it would have worked as, like, a way to make sure that, like, Pippin and Artie couldn't eat Pippin's food. Do you know what I mean? So that kind of sucks. But because, like, then I didn't have to worry, like, if I wasn't home, or, like, if we went away, that... Oop, too much. Is there no in between? Hang on. That's good. I like this camera so much better. So what do they have it go behind like that and then down? That's so much easier than how traditional French knots are done too. So I do mine like this, which is technically a colonial knot. I think it's very similar. It might actually be the same thing. Hold on, I'll have to do it slower. Because a traditional French knot, what you do is you have to, like, wrap it like this around the needle, and then you have to put it through, and you have to, like, hope that it doesn't pull through or come undone. See, it just pulled right through. You guys can't see that, but wow. Yeah. So this, hold on, we're gonna do this again. Wait, let me, before I do this, let me do French knot. Okay. So I go like this and around and through. Is that what they're doing? But hi, Petrichor. I honestly really love doing French knots like that. Welcome in. Thank you for that follow. I one time, one of my patterns, is a, oh, wait, I don't even have to get up to show you. I can just pull it up on my website. Boop. No. Boop. Okay, cross stitch patterns. This one. I made my sheep woolly. My sheep is nothing but French knots in this pattern. That is not how the pattern is written. You do not have to do it that way. But when I tell you it was one of the most satisfying things I've ever done, I honestly want to do like a whole pattern of just sheep, like woolly sheep, because it made me so happy. It was so satisfying. It was just, it's one of my favorite things. Yeah, I did it. It's nothing but colonial knots, and then, yeah. So, okay, so they go around the back and through. That just feels like extra steps, but it does work. I would just have to get used to the way that they do it in this instruction. But yeah, all of that is better than how actual French knots are done, if I'm being honest. Show their way again? Sure. So they make a loop. Okay. Hang on. Oh, you guys can't see. Hang on. Okay. So they basically go like this. They put the needle like behind the thread, like that, so that it makes a loop, and then they stick it in the loop. So they have, like, if you hold it here, they go behind and then down through. And then you just slowly pull it. The way that I do it is a colonial knot, which is just wrap around and back in. So I think that it's the same thing. It's just that one is like being wrapped and one is like against the fabric. Almost like that. That works really well too. Hold on. I prefer colonial. Yeah, I will never do a French knot again. So the back, around, and down. So yeah, it's like the same thing that I do. I just think that I go to the front instead of the back. Yeah, that's all. I just go to the front when I do mine. It's so fluffy, I'm going to die! They have you doing, like, French. Oh, that's interesting. So the reason that they have, like, a bunch, right, is they teach you to do the French knot in 2 different ways, right? Which is the way that I was just showing you with that loop. And also to wrap around like this one time and then in. That's the way I don't like doing it. So the reason that they have so many is for you to practice each technique, one with 4 strands and one with 6 strands. And then just an extra one to practice whatever. I don't necessarily know that we need to do all of the French knots on here. I mean, we can. Or do we want to do like a different stitch? It is really nice that they have multiple options. Because if I was doing a traditional French knot, I would hate it and I would never do it again. It really depends on your fabric and how dense you want the stitch to look. I'm using 2 strands right now, and you can obviously still see the blue through the thread, whereas you can't in like their example because they're using more. You can also see how different they look, the 4 strands versus the 6 strands, like how thick that is versus how thin that is. So it kind of depends on the look that you want. I find that a lot with embroidery. Like, you can do things really thick or you can do things thin. It'll depend also on like how many times you want to like stitch the same spot. And sometimes using more strands can make it tricky to have things lay flat. So sometimes it's better to do it with fewer. It's kind of, yeah, if it tells you, like if the pattern tells you, then I would say do what the pattern says, but otherwise it can be kind of by feel. Do as many French knots as you want. I'm going to do all of this in French knots. The whole thing. So guess what I was doing the other day, chat? I was working on a cross stitch pattern. Now, I'm a little bit conflicted because it was technically, I had gotten an email from this one place that does like a pattern a day. I don't know how they do them anymore. Okay. Back in the day, obviously nothing was AI generated, but this one feels, there was a major typo in it. And I was like, I like this idea. What if I take their idea and make it my own? So I'm a little conflicted about selling it because it's not, I mean, granted, this is not a new idea because this is not, they're not the first person that's ever said this because, and what I ended up doing, I just never thought about making it a cross stitch pattern, okay? I literally have this. Oof, hang on. On my little scrap guy. He holds all my scrap yarn. And his little name tag says, "Hello, I'm trying my best." And this design place had one that they sent out as like the pattern for the day that said, "Hello, I'm trying my best." Like they said the word "I'm" twice. And I'm like, that's a little weird. So I'm making my own little name tag like that. Like this. Like the "Hello, I'm trying my best." And I may have added "trying my freaking best." And I may have designed an entire alphabet so that you could customize it and have it say whatever you wanted. So I feel like it's different enough, even if I was inspired by seeing the other, like, because literally, I did these colors instead of, like, the ones that pattern had, like, and I made it, I didn't copy any of their font or their whatever. It's just that, like, if I asked cross-stitch designers to design a name tag, right? So, like, just the name tag, it's going to end up being very similar. Do you know what I mean? Like, a name tag looks like how a name tag looks. So it is similar, like, the name tag aspect looks similar, but nothing else is the same. It's just the name. And, you know, I looked up, like, name tag cross stitches, and there are other ones out there. And so I feel a little bit better about it. I was just kind of feeling funny about it at first, but I just really wanted to stitch it. I really wanted to make it. So I'm still working out the details of everything. And I think what I want to do, yeah, that's the thing. There's only so many ways to do a name tag. I'm doing my own colors. I'm doing teal because, of course, like, that's my thing. So, like, instead of doing, I think that theirs was blue. Like the traditional name tag blue. Like, there's the red ones and the blue ones. So you know, because I was like, wait, but I literally, when I started to worry, I'm like, wait, I literally have this, I've had this on my little yarn bit scrap can for, like, years now. It's clearly not, like, their idea. Do you know what I mean? I just started feeling funny because I was inspired by... Sir, you missed gobbling up some yarn bits. Really good cross-stitch pins on plastic canvas. Yeah. It would probably be a little bit big, only because I wanted people to be able to add, like... I figured what I might want to do is add a couple of other, like, options. And yeah, so here's what I kind of wanted to ask all of you. Okay? Considering that the letters would be the same, would you guys... Oh, these scissors don't do anything. These came with the kit. They're cute. Would you guys want me to have, like, a couple of different options for, like, what the name tag says? And you could buy whichever one you wanted, but all of the options would have the blank part of the name tag that you could customize. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I could do a couple in case people maybe don't want to do, like, the pattern designing themselves. But, like, all of them would have the little blank space. So, like, I could make a couple of different options. So that way, like, and I would make sure I would write it on the thing, like, and there's nothing wrong if people are like, I don't want to do this myself and I want to buy multiple. But I know not everyone wants to sit and do... Here, hang on. I can take a little... Wait, I can just zoom in. Hang on. Oh, shush. I just want to zoom in. Thank you. Thank you also for, like, your input on this, because I was, like, kind of... Yeah, I was thinking about doing, like, a bundle, too. Like, you could buy, like, one of them for, you know, however much, and, like, get multiple for this much. But yeah, here's, like... So, like, you can see I left, like, this blank... Oops. Like the red line is like the blank space, and then there's like the font where you can plug it in yourself. But I have the other one that's like already written out. So it's like I would have both options where like you, and all the patterns would come with the ability to make like your own. I thought, at least. I don't know. In a way, you're kind of taking away my ability to make more, but I also... I don't know. Also, this was a question. His little name tag, the top, the hello, I'm, is thicker than the bottom. On mine, it's about equal. Should I make the top thicker and the bottom thinner? Like maybe kind of like how his name tag is. Oh, that actually looks okay. Because then there's just less stitching too. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of stitching. I can, I'm happy to like send my pattern testers options. We can kind of decide together. I just don't want to be like putting it on stream while it's like a work in progress, you know? But I'm happy for like opinions. The vet just texted me. I kind of want to put one in my bathroom that says pooping my guts out. Okay, so here's a good question. What other things would we say on the... Hello, I'm... What? We have trying my freaking best. I love pooping my guts out. Hello, I'm weird. Okay. A burrito today. Extremely anxious. Please do not summon demons in the bathroom. I have seen that too. Socially awkward. Not available, leave a message. How about, because it has to be short, so how about we just say I'm not available. Aw, frickin' tistic. Because the other thing that I could do is, instead of doing the blank one that you guys could do, I could just sell these patterns for like $1.50 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, they could be really in it, because like I could just, it wouldn't take a whole lot for me to change. I don't know. That's where I'm kind of struggling with, like, what do I do? Hello, I'm in. I don't know if I can fix the luteal phase, but I kind of want to try to. I might be able to say not available right now. I'll add that as like a maybe. How about losing my mind? I mean, the other thing, I am a mood. The other thing too is that like I could always design these as like a one a month sort of thing. We used to have like my like Patreon. We could just do like one of these a month. I don't know. Hello, I'm not really here. I was like, I am definitely paying attention. ... I could also say, hello, I'd... and then say, like, rather be sleeping. Hangry. Distracted. Some of these ones that are one word, too, I can make big loopy fonts, too, which would be fun. I don't want to be here. What was the question? I like that all that we've done today is talk about cats and make French knots. I'll be right back. Ads are playing. I guess we can just keep doing this through ads. Because y'all don't need to... We can just... I can just type this. Like, you can read chat. Hello, I'm with stupid. I'm lost. Ooh, shiny. It's a squirrel. Not both of you at the same time saying it. Maybe we have a few pre-made and one that's customized it for me because I don't want to do spacing. So instead of having it be like a blank one that people can do themselves, I would just make a bunch of different things. Overstimulated. How did I not think of that? Damn. I also just have tired with sparkles around it. I don't know if it'll work if I send it here. No. It works in Discord. If there are too many options, people might not get them. Yeah. I'm eepy. Maybe, I mean, we could also do, like, bundles, if that makes sense. Like, putting, like, 4 or 5 of them together. And, like, do... Welcome back from ads. Thank you all for hanging out through them. So, we just came up with some more things you saw in the chat. And what I was thinking right now is, do I make all of these myself and sell them instead of having the blank one for people to fill out themselves? And then, like, Allison was saying it might be kind of overwhelming if there's, like, a million of these. But, like, what if they were, like, also bundled or something? Where, like, we had, like, you know, maybe 5 of them together. At my limit. Ooh! Gay. Bye. Yeah. So, like, we could do, like, a bundle of them. We could do those in the colors, too. Like, in the pride flag color. The other thing that I think I can do... Oh, there's a lot. So it would definitely be, like, one of those things where I would almost, like, ask people what they wanted. Like, which, like, flag they would want. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, queer is a good one, too. Maybe... all I'm thinking is queer AF. Yeah, what I was thinking was even the name tag bit itself could be the flag. Like the hello I'm, that bit could be the flag. Hang on. Create a new product. Sell a digital product. Dang. I was hoping that I could have a drop down. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, you could pick, so, like, it could be one listing instead of, like, 30 listings, and you would just be able to, like, click on and look at and pick the one that you wanted. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think I can do drop down with digital listing, only with physical. Dang it. Well, that's stinky. I mean, I could... Yeah, I could send them a message. The other thing is I could have, like... That's the wrong window. I could have, like, a section in the store, right? Like, I have, you know, up here. I could have one that is just, like, hello, I'm. And it could just be, like, you know, when we click here, it's just, like, all of them. And I feel like that would be less overwhelming if they were in their own category versus in with all the other things. Does that make sense? Because, like, then if there's, like, you know, like, whatever. And you know what would be fun? What if, like, we categorize things almost, like, by color? So, like, neurodivergent things could be on, like, a purple name tag. And, like, hungry, hormonal things, whatever, could be on, like, a red one. And so, like, that way when you're looking, like, they could be grouped in, like, categories, too. So, like, if you're looking for something... Like, do you know... Does that make any sense? On my website, no. Like, where they could type in what they want it to say. Is that what you're asking? And, like, I would design it? Is that the question? Oh! Yeah, those are good. Busy crafting. Busy reading. Busy gaming. But, like, what I could maybe do is, like, change, like, this bit here to be, like, different colors based on, like, what the theme of the name tag is. So, like, we could have different... This was what I was talking about, by the way. Like, trying to figure out if this should be smaller down here. Because it doesn't need to be this big, and then it's less to stitch, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, there's no need... Because, like, if you look at my little guy, the bottom part is smaller. Let me... Name tags. It is smaller, normally. Okay. Done. That helps with people needing to, like, stitch. I made it smaller, but not as small as, like... Okay. Well, I have some stuff to work on. I'm excited that you all are excited about this idea, though. I think it'll be fun. And, like, thank you for listening and being like, no, you're so good, like, just because, like, you have... Oh, stop it. Let me know when it's ready for testing. Yeah. For sure. Because what I'll probably do is I don't think I'll be able to, like, pattern test all of them. Do you know what I mean? Because that's, like, a lot. But I could probably do, like, a couple. Do you know what I... Hello, I'm itchy. I thought about that too, but I feel like that's so niche, Allison. I put losing it instead. Because I feel like sometimes that has, like, a bad moniker. Like, going crazy. I don't think so, but sometimes people get testy with it, you know? Emily, I had gotten... It was like a... It was a bad design from a company that I think might be using AI now for a cross-stitch pattern. But it reminded me that I have... Oops. This little guy. With his, hello, I'm trying my best. And I kind of wanted to do my own hello, I'm set of cross-stitch designs. So I designed my own font and my own name tag And I've been trying to, like, part of me wasn't sure if because it was inspired by a different bad design. There was a really weird typo in it that, like, I couldn't do it. But chat was like, you're making your own, you're not copying theirs. Like, it's okay. So I feel better about it. So now we've been coming up with a whole list of things that we would put on our name tags. Like, extremely anxious and socially awkward and losing my mind and hangry and with stupid, overstimulated, eepy, at my limit. And we're trying to kind of figure out now the best way to go about listing them and doing them, and yeah. So hi, welcome. All right. I guess Satin Stitch is next. Oh, holy moly. These freaking cats kept waking me up, man. And then I was trying to come up with, like, maybe I'll just make, like, a separate section on my website where, like, you can find all of them. And we were talking about the idea that maybe, like, color coding the name tags based on, like, theme. So, like, neurospicy could be one color. Like, LGBT could be another. Like, that way it's easier for people to see, like, if they're looking for something in particular. And I also think that it would be cool if there was a way that people could, like, suggest ideas. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been excited about designing. So I just kind of ran with it. Like, the other day, James came into my office and we were, like, sitting here for a little bit just, like, chatting and doing stuff. And he was like, "What are you doing on your computer anyway?" And I showed him and he was like, that's I love it. But I was also thinking that maybe I could, like, do bundles too. Like, have a whole group. I was even thinking that, like, there could be, like, how I used to do, you know, Patreon. Like, I could, in theory, do something like that with this. So, isn't this the same thing as... Oh, this is... Okay. This is the first time we're doing this. I'm like, isn't this the same thing as that other one? But no, this is literally our first time doing a satin stitch. I just use it often, so... Satin stitches are easy. Like, you outline the thing that you're stitching, and then you literally go from, like, one side to the other, and you just repeat it. It basically, like, looks the same on both sides when it's done. See? Might be someone having trouble seeing colors. Tag itself might fall under a person's taste. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I guess I'm just trying to make it so that it doesn't feel super overwhelming if you're looking at, like, because we just came up with like 30 things easily. And I feel like looking at that many listings to try and find the one that you want could be a lot. So I was trying to think, maybe I could even just like, hang on. What if I did like make a name tag, like, hold on. Like almost like a sticker that can be placed in the corner of the listings with the category, i.e. health, mental health. What else would we... What else would we say some of these are? Pride, humor. Because, like, would we consider overstimulated to be, like, mental health? Or, like... You know what I mean? Like, some of these could be really hard to, like... Spoony. Some of these could be hard to, like, categorize. I almost feel like ADHD could be a thing, because, like, squirrel, overstimulated could be any of them. But, like, squirrel, shiny, distracted, those could all be ADHD. I don't know. I don't know if this is... It might just be... I'm, like, coming up with all these ideas, and I feel like, no, like... I don't know. It's a fun idea. I don't know if people would buy more than one. Do you know what I mean? Like, people just might buy the pattern and then, like, design themselves. I don't know. I am 3 raccoons in a trench coat! No! One pattern into 2 or 3 different bundles, that's true. Fave ones and customize if people want. Yeah. It's hard when, like, the traffic to my website is just the traffic that I generate. Although I could post these on, like, my Instagram, which is continuing to grow, which is exciting. All thanks to what was past Megan thinking. Which you love to see. It could even be like a voted on thing. Maybe for now what I do, we could almost do like one or so a month. Like maybe reintroduce doing stuff like through the membership tab so that like people could be members and get the pattern for free. But like members, we could even do like a poll in the like Discord. Like we could add polling options for like which one we do next. Heck, it could even be like 2 a month. It could be one that I pick and then one that's like voted on by the community. Because honestly, it's easy enough for me now that I have like the whole alphabet done. I just have to like plug and play. Like, it's not, unlike when I was doing 2 patterns a month several years ago where I had to write and design a crochet and a cross stitch pattern that went together. That was like different every month. This is the same, it's the same template, it's just different words and maybe occasionally a different font, because like if I'm doing the word like overstimulated, to me that needs to be a fancy font, not my normal font that I'm using. Do you know what I mean? That was my own doing. Yeah. I did too much. I can own that. I was new to doing things like that and excited that people were excited, and I was like, this is gonna be great. And then thank God when I did that, I did not have all my chronic health problems. Could you imagine me trying to do all of that with all of my chronic health things? With the vertigo or the hives or any of the other things? Oh my God. So we could do one voted on by community, one Megan picked a month. And then what we could do is we could bundle them. Oh, that could work. So like you could, that month's bundle. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
For example,
Calliope. Thank you so much for gifting to chat. Hang on, y'all. Type exclamation point, enter. My brain just threw out what I had to say. To enter to win this cross-stitch pattern that Calliope just gifted to chat. So you will get a copy of this pattern mailed to your email if you win. It's a pride pattern that I designed. So go ahead and enter. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I've stitched this. It's really cute. I agree. If I do say so myself. I may already own that. June already own that. I fear that most people already own it. This is what Calliope is giving away right now in chat. Type exclamation point enter. It is a free, you would win a copy of this pattern for free. So go ahead and enter. Thank you so much again for doing a giveaway. This is why I need to do some new patterns. Everyone's got my old ones. It's been too long since I've made a new one. Gonna enter for your sister? Oh, that's sweet. Boop. Emily, you won! Or, I guess, your sister won. Hooray! You can either type in her information in the redeem if you know it, Or if you put yours in, you can obviously send it to her. Congratulations, and Calliope, thank you again for gifting that to the community. That was so sweet of you. I love surprising people. Me too. I have had people gift me patterns before, and it's like the sweetest thing ever. Because, like, what do you mean you saw this, thought of me, and then, like, paid for it so I didn't have to? Stop. Okay. Satin stitch, done. I mean, there's a lot more of these. I don't know. I feel like I should do some of them, right? I guess I could do them in different colors. Not the squeaking. Oh god, the old branding. That's funny. Yep. Back before I was Megan of all trades. I love that gingerbread house. Let's make the leaf. Oh, I'm like, what was that on my phone? Fourth wall being like, someone placed an order. Well, this is fun. I'm excited about this idea. Thank you for, like, sharing some ideas with me. So it doesn't get lost in hers. Imagine her being like, what is this spam? Like... So what's everybody else up to on this Friday? Going to an NHL draft party. Oh. I've never been to one of those. You had a date. Ooh, I hope it went well. That's fun. Tomodachi, relaxing after setting my body temp correctly with the shower. Oh, that's a good idea. Any drama on the island? Folding laundry, then doing watercolor. Ooh. That's fun. That has trinket trading? I love that. Oh, I like that little leaf. That's a good leaf. Putting a few things in my bag for tomorrow. Heading to a seaside town. Oh, are you going for like the weekend? That's nice. How's Palia?
I wasn't playing Palia.
Who are you? What have you done with my husband? Gasp. A little bit. Glooby keeps fighting with people. Glooby. That's bad manners. Just for the day? That should be so nice. I hope you have a good time, Allison. Spend a few hours together. Gonna watch a movie. We talk so much. We never got around to it. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. We can always go back and do more of these. But there's like so many different... I don't know. Should I do more? Now I feel bad that I only did one French knot and I did 2 of those. I'll do another... I'll do... See, I don't mind. I just don't know if people are like, I don't want to see the same, like, learning thing over and over again, you know? The French knot doesn't feel jealousy. So then why am I... And yet, here we are. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I heard back from the vet, by the way.
Okay. What's up?
They said that we could always give her, like, a bland diet if we want to. Like, just do, like, chicken and rice. Which, I didn't know that we could give cats rice.
Yeah.
But to, like, continue to try and get her to eat the Fortiflora, because that's, like, the best thing that they could offer for her, really, right now.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would, like, to ask us to bring her in. That way they could, like, make sure that there's, like, nothing else going on. But I messaged back that, like, since overnight, she hasn't gone.
Right.
So I'm kind of I think, if anything, too, we'll give her more of that paste tonight.
Okay.
So... Yeah, they weren't too, like, concerned about it. They're more so, like, if it continues or gets worse. So... They have a craft store that's been there for decades, and it's great because it's just a bit chaotic because there's bits of everything to search through. Oh, I love those. I love, like, bits of things to just kind of flip through and all of that. Because Toy Story gave us all trauma that inanimate objects had feelings. Literally. And then Jessie saying when she loved me in the other movie, and that just ruined you for ever feeling like it's okay to donate anything. You cried so hard in that, yeah. Same. I also don't mind doing more French knots because I just like doing them. I definitely need to make more of those little sheep with French knots. It's like a planned project that I've had for a while. Yeah, so they have you... They tell you to do things in 4 strands or 6 strands. I'm doing things in 2 strands because I am a rebel. But that's why they're further apart, because when you add... Here, I can show again. When you do, like, more, so, like, 4 strands versus 6 strands, it becomes thicker. So I guess it might not be a bad thing. To try it in other, like, amounts. Just to see the difference. Uncle Buy. Aww. Oh, enjoy Minecraft. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. We can try. We can go ahead and do it with like a... We could do a thicker one. It'd be interesting to see the difference. Ooh, okay. Let's go take a peek. Oh, they're cute! Yeah. I guess I'll just do red. 6 strands feels like so much, but why not? That's what it says. Alright, let's see. Chunky. Ooh, that's a good idea. So I was checking out some of the Steam games that were on sale. And I saw that Power Wash Simulator was on sale. And I know that there are several peeps here who like that game. And it's one that I enjoy watching, and honestly, I like power washing in real life too, because it's very satisfying to see like the immediate change. So they actually had a demo, which I downloaded because my concern was that, like, I've seen people play it, right? And like you have to move your mouse like this when you're washing. And my concern was that that motion was going to like drive my vertigo like up a wall. And I was like, I wonder if they have like a way of almost like locking the camera so that it doesn't move as much. And there kind of is. Like it locks it pretty good. And then like when you move all the way to like the side, it ends up like moving you a little bit, and it was so much better. And I really like that they had a demo. So, cuz like it's on sale for like $10. So I played like the first bit, which is the like you wash the car. And now I have like my first house, and I kind of started that and I paused. I'm like, I want to play like a longer, cuz I started it last night, and I'm like, I want to give myself longer to see if it's something that's doable. At that point I'm like, well, why not? Yeah. The one that I downloaded to try was the first one. I didn't know that there was a second one, honestly. Someone's first cross stitch, it was Winnie the Pooh. They used all 6 strands. He was a chunky Pooh Bear. They said they found it difficult to pull the thread through, and I was like, yeah, yes. That is something that is very confusing if you don't read the instructions. And a lot of time with something like this, you're more looking at like the pictures and the I don't know, I guess like the instructions on like stitching. You're not necessarily reading the whole thing, and that's why it's important to read, especially when you get like a new craft to like it stinks, especially when you want to just like get into it. But it's a good thing to read it. Oh yeah, look, there is a power wash simulator too. You got a few games for like $15 total. So which one? Not Power Wash 2 also being bundled with House Flipper 2 for $40. Here's a question. Is the House Flipper remastered 1 and 2 together? Or is it just 1 redone? Power Wash 2 right now is on sale for $19. So House Flipper refreshed the maps from 1 with the tools from 2 and all the DLC. Oh. Yeah, because, like, for me, the remastered collection of House Flipper is $48. So you get... You get, like, a lot. You get at least, like, 5 packs. It looks like. On the remaster. Wait, hold on. I could probably... If I click on it, it probably tells you. You get... Pets, Dine Out, Farm Flipper, Garden Flipper, Luxury Flipper, HGTV. So... This is so chunky. Oh, and the other thing, Emily, you were asking about this. The reason that they gave you so many is that they actually included, and this I think is great, 2 different ways to do French knots. So you're meant to do each of them like with less strands and then more strands. So I really like that it told you like here's 2 different ways to do French knots. So that was also why there were so many. So that way you could practice with less strands with each type and then more strands with each type. And then if you wanted to try something else again, you only know one way. Yeah, so they have like, I do colonial knots, which is where you like wrap around and go through. And this was very similar where it basically, it had you do like a loop and go behind like your working thing so that you made a loop like this and then go down through it. And that makes a loop that doesn't fall off the needle. So yeah, it was interesting. Like you go behind the working thread and then you go like, oops. It's hard when it's not attached. So yeah, behind like the working thread and then down through the loop that it makes. It's pretty cool. I like that they gave you more than one thing. Okay. You have Power Wash 1 on Switch. Oh, I didn't even know it was on Switch. Does it run well on Switch? It does? Okay. That's good to know, because honestly, I almost feel like my computer, like, stream would like it better if, I played it on Switch versus my computer. That's where you have it? And you can still, that was the other question, you can still lock it? Like, you can lock the thing, like, the perspective so you're not, like, spinning all over on the Switch? That's good to know. Alright, let's... Chain Stitch is next. My Switch Joy-Cons are broken. Fair. Honestly, that happens a lot. All the same features. Okay. Bring the thread out from the cloth. Insert the needle in cloth very close to the previous point. Hi, girly. Bring the needle out at point A. I see. Hello, girly. Hi. Oh, yep. You're just walking on the keyboard, huh? Yeah, sure. Hi. Are you so pretty? Oh. Oh. Oh, let's... Thank you for that. Did you just eat out of the feeder that you hate, or did you... Miss Ma'am, can I see you real quick? Come here. Now that you're out and about, I need your... Come here. Oh. Do you know why she's going up there? Hi. I know, your sister's food is up there? I gotcha. Hey. You want a little of this? She's like, no, I didn't want the food. I just wanted to be up here. Oh, look, food! Alright. That's not yours. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but everyone had upset tummies. Okay? But, do you want to see something? Come here. Oh, my love, my love. Look. Either one of these will open now, okay? You can do that one too if you want. Here. Yeah, you can eat. You don't want to? Okay. Party for Mod when? I put... She has both collars on now. Like, both of the RFID chips to see if which food thing she wants to eat out of. And then she said none of them. Gain too much power, overthrow the chat. She would. Can she overtake the government? I would trust her taking over the Mets. I don't know, but I'd be down to support Artie for president. I'm stitching in the ditch. I prefer stitching in the ditch. Which is a really weird sounding thing to say when you have no idea what that means. So right now, if you look, my fabric is on the bottom side of the hoop. This is called stitching in the ditch because it's like it's dipped in. Other people stitch like this with the fabric on the top. I like stitching in the ditch because it's easier to weave my end because I don't have the hoop to contend with. If this was the back side and I needed to weave my end in, you have to be careful not to get too close to the edge because you won't be able to pull your thread through. Whereas on the other side, that's fine. So, once I learned, that's what I prefer. Valid. Ads. Okie dokie. Well, I guess it's stretch break time. And when we get back, we'll keep working on our Embroidery sampler. I'm actually really enjoying this. I haven't done all of these stitches before. Like, I've done the French knots and the satin stitch, but I haven't done this chain one. So I quite like how it looks. It's, I like it a lot. I'll hold it up close after the ads. Need to try stitching in the ditch? I highly encourage it. I learned, never went back. Yeah, once I learned it too, I never went back. Alright, I'll be right back. Thank you all for sitting through ads. By the way, I feel like now is a good time to mention it again in case you missed it at the beginning of stream. Earlier today, while James and I were out, I got a text message from my friend, or my contact, I guess, at the shelter. Oops, gosh. That Tigger has been adopted. I'll go ahead and read you guys the text. So she said, "Hey there, I forgot to tell you, but last weekend, Tigger's foster mom, or foster parents, I guess, adopted one of our kitties here, and she's going to be adopting Tigger as well. They're already becoming friends." So his foster mom is keeping him and went to the shelter and got another cat because he wanted a buddy. She was noticing how he, like, seemed to gravitate and wanted to, like, hang out with the other cats that she had, like, fostered, or I guess maybe, I don't know how. But because he was in quarantine, he couldn't. And so now that he's allowed to have friends, he has one and they're getting along, and I'm like, oh my god. This is the best thing that's ever happened. I cried in the parking lot when I found out. James was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "No, it's good. It's a good thing." Also, I feel like it's important for you all to know. We had, some stale wheat thins. Because somehow, more than one box was open at a time. And I was like, I don't really want to throw this out. Like, I bet the birds would probably eat it, or, like, the squirrels would at least. So I've been throwing some out every day. And the squirrels, in fact, do love the stale wheat thins. In fact, I didn't show this earlier. That is a squirrel splooted, holding the wheat thin in between their front paws. Nibbling it like corn on the cob. And it makes me so happy. Like, it's better than just bread for them, you know? Like, it's got a little bit more nutrients or whatever, but I just... He was just vibing. And then he finished, right? And he came up, and I was freaking out. Because look, he came and got water, and he was like, "Oh, hello." And I was like, "Hi there. Like, you're good. You're okay." And he's like, "I don't know, there's a big, scary person here now." I mean, crackers are dry. You gotta have some water. And they were like, "I don't know, maybe it's scary here." And I was like, no, you're okay, you're okay. And then... where... They said, "I'll take one more of these to go." And then... Look at how they hold it while they eat. It's so cute. Oh, it's made me so happy. And they're not going to waste. They're... Oh, golly, I opened up my closed captions because they were misbehaving, and I accidentally closed it instead of refreshing it. Alright, I fixed it. Sorry. Yeah, it made me so happy just sitting there like... Yeah, oops. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way to refresh it. Just close the whole thing down and try again. Speaking of, oh my god. Oops. I was literally getting camera pings just now as I was showing that, and it's him back again. I'm just gonna do this chain in a circle with the same color. I don't need to do it in a different one. It's not that serious. No, get back on there. Okay. Oops. That was wrong. I'm kind of hoping that Soot's mom and dad maybe have, like, a friend or someone that they know who would like Mittens. I mean, it'd be amazing if they liked Mittens. I just don't know how Soot and Mittens would feel about each other. Because they definitely knew each other on the streets, you know? I literally have video footage of them screaming at each other. I don't know how they would feel about each other now that they're hormone-free. When paint changes the color of your hands when you're being creative. Cat politics, they're so interesting. Oh god. To a human who I'm not sure was human. Oh my god. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when they try to, like, well, have you done this? And you're like, yes. And I get that they have to, because, like, not everyone knows all of that stuff. But it's also, like, frustrating when you can't talk to a real person and explain to them, like, I've already done this, 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 and this. Can you give me any other ideas? You know? So. This might be one of my favorite embroidery stitches now. It looks, like a braid. Or like a crochet chain, maybe. Like, I could definitely see using this for like hair if you wanted to make it look like a braid. I'll hold it up after I'm done. Have you turned it off and on again? I have already exhausted all of the Googling, yes. Yep. Hurry up. Hang on. Look. I like it. There's a little fuzzy. There you go. I like it a lot. I should make one going the other way now. Kara's here, no worries. So this time we'll have it go this way. It is, yeah. I like it. It's not something that I've ever really done before in anything. Again, mostly my embroidery is a lot of like satin stitching, some French knots, back stitching. But I'm excited to like try new ones. And I have other, you know, like this came with like besides these little test things to learn on, it did also come with like a couple of little patterns, so we could always do that when we're done and like put our new knowledge to making something beautiful. Do you really think I'd be talking to a person if I hadn't tried everything possible to avoid that very thing? Yes. You're like, believe you me, I would rather be doing anything else right now. It's the last resort, literally. I feel like that one was even quicker. Tom OT, let's see. I'm building Crutch's chain. Oh, Crush's chain. Okay. Likes Voldemort, who likes Toothless, who likes Jeannie, who likes Celeste, who likes Eeyore, who likes Donna, who likes Inspector Goodman, who's already in a relationship with Pineapple Queen. Possibly a lot of unhappy me's coming soon. Oh my goodness. Also, Hermione, girl. Girl. I mean, I didn't think that you could get much worse than Ron, but I think we're there. Okay, fly stitch time. Ron isn't an option in this world. I agree with that. As it should be. Or as he shouldn't be. I don't know. Heck that man. I mean, it honestly makes a lot of sense when you think about who he was written by. But still. Oh, already changed my mouse speed. That's fun. Thanks for that. Still not the right speed. There we go. Ooh, enjoy D&D. Thanks for the lurk. Okay. Oh, interesting. I see how this is working. This is going backwards. I thought it was, but it doesn't have a starting point, so let's redo this. Does anyone have any plans for the weekend? I'm going to a Pokemon card show tomorrow, and I'm excited. Not sure. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Looking forward to the heat wave ending. Ooh, it's ending. I love that for you. Now this comes like this, and then across like this, and then back here like this. Magic! Wait, this is cool too. Why didn't I lower this? I'm a goober. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This goes here. Okay, and then this goes here through the top. And then down here to this other point. Okay. And then you drop the thread off your needle. So then you have to rethread it. Got that? Okay, and then you put your needle back here where it came up before so that it's in the loop. Wait for it. Then you pull. And it makes... That's so fun. Oh, I love these stitches. Hi, Echo. That's magical. Gosh, I love crafting. That's so clever. Oh, and besides the card show, Soot's parents are coming over. They're gonna meet Mittens. That's happening this weekend. This stitch also makes me happy. Yes. I mean, I'm sure that they'll meet Artemis and Maple, but, you know, Pippin's gonna be more than likely under the bed. So, because bless her heart, people are very scary. I know. Poor thing. The stitch is also good for crochet to make eyes. I could see that. Sorry. How are we enjoying embroidery, chat? Are you happy with your vote? It's fun and interesting to see the different stitches. Yeah. Oh, I quite liked that one. I like that it had like these little spots here to test doing it alone, like not in a big long thing. Yay. Yeah. Ta-da! Hooray! We're learning! So these long and short stitches are basically satin stitches, but different lengths together, which is interesting. I'm kind of debating making this like rainbow down here. So I was like, well, I have this orange on my thing. Pippin's sleeping in the window. It's really cute. Sometimes I like struggle a little bit with like Friday's stuff because like obviously it's what chat voted on, but then when like no one's excited about it or talking, I'm like, maybe I don't know. Like, should we do something different? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I just feel like chat isn't. Oh, interesting. This is telling me to do, like, to alternate. I think that sounds silly. So I'm not going to. Like, that I should alternate between doing the long and the short stitch. Like, have 2 needles with 2 different threads. And you know what? No thanks. I'm good. Like, I like having chat vote, but there's a bit of me that wonders if, like, the thing you vote for doesn't win if people just don't want to watch. I don't know. You know? Why am I still at work on a Friday? I don't know. Why are you? Hello? What did I do? Okay. Okay. I don't know what I did. Someone needs something paid, but they haven't checked it yet. Of course. Why would they? So next week, I'm going to try and finish this knitting project. Because I really wanted to finish it, but chat didn't vote on it. So I think we'll do that on Monday. I was saying to James, it's kind of tricky now. Like, Monday and Tuesday are my only real days that I schedule anything anymore. Because Wednesday is now Diamond Dots. Thursday is game. And then Friday is whatever chat votes on. So it's a bit tricky to figure it out. Obviously, I know that I can change things at any point in time. But if people like it. Megan Mondays. And then if we start doing the Pokemon Pearlers, that's gonna take a day too. So, yeah. I don't know. busy, I know. I feel like people both like and dislike schedules. I don't know. Like, maybe people like it because we do a bunch of different things, but maybe people are also like, ugh, I hate this craft. I'm not watching. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me thinks that, like, maybe we need to mix it up more. Mix it up less? I don't know. I don't know. Or split streams up. Like, maybe Finish Friday is, like, part voted by chat, part Megan. I don't know. Half the time I just feel like I'm making no one happy. Or very few people. It's a tricky thing to balance, that's for sure. Alright, this split stitch, I only need 2 strands. Right? Yeah. Let's learn how to do it. I think that unhappy people just stop watching. Or if it's not an activity that they like, they don't watch. Great co-working energy. I'm so glad. Always love to hear that. What are you working on? This one feels tricky. This almost feels a bit like the chain stitch, but a little different. Ah, no worries. I get you. Have a good night, Mia. See you on Monday. Oh. Camera Y. Oh. Come back. And down here. This is always frustrating. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta manually fix it. Is it Ross telling you you're not making people happy? Because it sounds like something he would say. I don't know. I think it's just when things go silent, it's hard to not take it as people are bored or uninterested. If that makes sense. I don't know if it's so much like anxiety versus just like perception. Because to me, if it goes quiet, that means there's not a lot of people here. Because normally at least someone is chatting or doing something. So I feel like people are just clicking off the stream. Which is fine. No one has to be here. It's just hard to know, like, what... It's hard to know what to do. It is a really interesting technique, isn't it? It's like I said, it's similar to the chain stitch, but it's even flatter. Like you're going up through the inside of it, kind of like the chain stitch, but you're not like... It's similar, but not. Like, maybe Ross's voice is saying it, but it's the context clues that are, like, where it's coming from versus just anxiety. Yeah, I can show you a close-up for sure. Hang on. There we go. So, like, you come up... I wonder if I can... Wait. Let me get a little bit here started, and then I can show you. See, like, you kind of come up, back a little bit. See where my needle is? And then you split the thread. Hang on. Oop. See, you split the thread. And then you pull it through. Except evidently instead I just ripped the fabric. Oh! It's just 2 strands, so yeah, it's a loop. Oh no, you know, it didn't rip. I put it too close to the original, or to the hole it was coming out of. So it came back through. So this stitch is done with it's done with an even number of strands so that you can split the thread and have an even number on both sides. So like 2, 4, or 6 threads in theory. So that you can then like split through the middle and have the same number. I don't know what you would use this one for, honestly. It almost gives like what it looks like when you sew clothing. It's like almost like a hemline. I embroider very well if I do say so myself, but it's all chaotically self-taught. Yes, I am a very chaotically self-taught embroiderer too. So that's why this has been really interesting for me, because like I've never done like some of these things before, and I wonder, I got this off of Amazon. Pippin is snoring. Sweet girl. Oh, I love her. Oh, it's currently unavailable. Oh, poo. Well, of course it is. Make a really big stitch. Up in one spot, down 3 stitches away, make little loops. Catching it along the way, shape it like a curve. Yeah! Mm-hmm. 2 different colors to make it candy cane stripes. Yeah! People with anxiety have you taken information to get a conclusion? Has that conclusion been twisted by anxiety, or is the conclusion genuine truth? It's okay if the answer is I don't know, because it's hard to know. Yeah, no, don't be sorry. You're not wrong. That's exactly what it is. Is that my brain is like, okay, well, like what? Hold on. Sorry. Because my brain is like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, is something wrong? Are we doing something wrong? And you kind of end up, like you said, trying to use context clues or whatever, but then the anxiety kind of warps it a little bit, and it's like, see, my anxiety it hasn't become no one likes you, which is good, because in the past, that is a thing that would happen, is it would be like, no one's at your stream because no one likes you. And instead, it's like, are people not at your stream because what you're doing isn't interesting? Which is no longer about me and is instead about the craft. So I'm happy with that growth, if that makes sense. Where now it's more like, well, should I change things up so that people enjoy it instead of I'm a terrible person and no one likes me? So growth? Question mark? That feels a little bit like growth. There's still some work that can be done, but it's better than being like, well, you're just a stupid person and no, I don't know why people like your numbers are fake. You've tricked we didn't spiral. But I'm also not in like a hormonal stage of my cycle where that spiral happens. Because sometimes, depending on the time of month, that spiral comes, even if you've been making progress. You know what I mean? Where all of a sudden you're like, everyone hates me. Because your hormones are just like, hey, guess what? Guess what? Gives the vibes of us all sitting on the couch quietly doing our own thing. Yeah. And definitely nothing wrong with that. It's mostly just like me trying to... I guess also part of it too is like if we are doing, some... Oh my god, I made another knot. Can you not? If we are doing almost like more planned content during the week, like I said, Wednesdays are now Diamond Dots, Thursdays are games, Friday is chat voted. Like, is that okay? Is that good? Is that bad? Do we need, like, before it was very, like, chaos energy. Like, who the hell knew what I was doing? You just had to come and find out. This thread is not fun to work with. This one is being... Well, I get the concept of this. Yes. Since this is like a cheapy kit to just learn the stitches, I am not. But like for certain kinds of threads too, like if it is like glitter or any kind of like textured thing. Where were you?
In the basement.
Oh, what are you doing?
Come on, I got earphones in. What's up?
What were you doing?
Cleaning up the bench.
Oh, did you bring down the blue bin?
Yep. Throw
Cool.
away.
Nicely done. By the way, we have to toss out the, oh, that was terrible. The leaf blower. Toss the leaf blower.
Toss it where?
The old one.
Oh.
The broken one.
Okay. I was like, I just got that thing. I'm not throwing it away. The old one, that makes way more sense.
Because we don't need to hoard all of our broken things.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I've never tried doing it with a candle. Interesting. Take apart my broken things and make new chaotic creatures from them? Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Not hoard? What's that? Well, see, if we didn't hoard, then our garage could be used, you know? 3 broken game systems still in the closet. Okay, but like, see, we also got a new chainsaw because the chainsaw that we had, my dad and I desperately tried to fix to no avail, right? It wasn't happening. So there were a lot of sales happening this week. So we went ahead and we bought a new one for like $160. And therefore we no longer need the old one. However, it's the same chainsaw. Like, it's the same manufacturer. And so therefore we're going to like disassemble things so that it doesn't take up as much room, but we're going to keep it because we could always use those parts for the new one, right? The leaf blower is not something that we will ever use again because James just bought himself a fancy new one. Well, technically pre-owned. We found one at the flea market. So, like, we don't need to keep the old one, which won't, like, be useful anymore. But the old chainsaw, for instance, we're going to keep because it could be useful for the new one, like, for the parts that it has if something breaks on the new one. Does that make sense? I love that echo. Like SpongeBob. Ding. What was that?
One of my typewriters.
It sounded so little and cute. Is it the one from the basement?
No, the one in the basement's still in the basement. That fella is a little weak character. I think I'm gonna get the spring on it.
Works great for blowing off. Yes! We were saying that, Raccoon. No ads. I'm gonna snooze you. We're wrapping up here in a minute. Because we have to cook dinner. We almost got through this whole, like, page. We would have if we didn't get distracted by coming up with ideas for other projects and looking at cat stuff. But I don't think anyone minds, so. Oops. Oops. Oops! Fixed it. Okay. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I will be back on Monday at 3 o'clock. I think the plan for Monday is that we are going to work on finishing the knitted Aunt Shirley sweater project because it's so close and I just really want to finish it. So I think that's what we're going to do on Monday. Hydrate, good idea. Everyone hydrate. Hydration break. But thank you all so much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed this, maybe learned something new. I did. And I hope that you have a really nice weekend. I will definitely share some pictures on Discord of the card show. So definitely feel free to hop in Discord if you'd like to see, or if you just like to chat over the weekend. And like I said, I'll be back at 3 o'clock on Monday. Have a really good rest of your time zone. Remember to eat something tasty, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself and other people. Remember you are loved. I will see you all on Monday. Goodbye.